Good morning, everyone. Well, individual country stories seem to dominate the FX market this morning. The dollar is generally stronger, but with wider than usual variation. It's up nearly 1.2% over the last 24 hours versus the Swedish krona and the euro, but it's down nearly 0.5% against the yen and the Canadian dollar. So the main story in FX was yesterday's shockingly low Eurozone inflation data. Combined with record high Eurozone unemployment, it's raising talk about the Eurozone possibly falling into a Japanese-style deflationary trap, and it's increased speculation about more aggressive ECB action, perhaps even as early as next week's ECB meeting. I expect Euro to move generally lower ahead of next week's ECB meeting as the market positions for a possible change in the ECB's stance. But I expect the bears to be disappointed and to see a bounce back if the ECB remains on hold for now, as seems likely to me. The point is, inflation is a lagging indicator of the economy, and what matters for the ECB nowadays is credit origination. The latest bank lending survey was reassuring on that point, and I think that'll keep the ECB on hold, at least for the time being. The downward pressure on the euro was compounded by some rare good news for the dollar. The Chicago PMI shocked the market with the largest monthly increase since 1983. Now that increases the odds that the U.S. Can maintain its growth momentum despite the recent government shutdown. Adding to that view were good reports overnight from Asia. The Chinese manufacturing PMIs were higher. South Korea's PMI broke back above the 50 line for the first time since May, and the Taiwan PMI also gained. This good news from Asia suggests, first off, that concerns about a slowdown in China may be overblown, and secondly, that global growth may be more resilient than many people had feared. That benefited the commodity currencies, along with yesterday's higher than expected Canadian GDP for August. Now, strong global growth and a continuation of quantitative easing in the U.S. offer a good background for these commodity currencies, the high beta currencies. Following on from Asia, we've got several of the other manufacturing PMIs coming out today, such as in the UK and some of the smaller European countries, and finally the US ISM index later in the day. I think we could be in for some positive surprises that might leave the dollar generally higher, especially against the euro and the yen. Finally, we have two Fed speakers today who may shed some light on this week's FOMC meeting. St. Louis Fed President Bullard, who's a centrist, and Richmond Fed President Lacker, who is a noted hawk. For more information, including technical analysis on the currencies, please read the full comment on IronFX.com. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google+ to get more trading ideas. This is Marshall Gittler, head of Global FX Strategy at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.